Hi. How are you, Mr. Smith, today?
I'm okay, doctor. Thank you.
And may I ask you what's brought you in today?
Basically, doctor, it's a sleep problem.
Oh,
Uh, I just can't sleep at night.
sorry to hear about that.
Okay, thank you. Since my mother-in-law moved in with us 3 months ago, she's got Alzheimer's. She's one of your patients. I keep thinking, and it's causing me so much stress and anxiety that I just can't go to sleep at night.
Sorry to hear about that. It must have been a very difficult situation for you.
Yeah, it is difficult, doctor. And I have a very successful business, and I have a consultancy business, but I haven't been able to practice really. Is now really letting me down. I just cannot concentrate during the day. So a friend of mine gave me a tablet called Zolpidem, and which he got from his doctor, and that was very helpful. So yeah, I'm here to get a prescription for those if possible.
So before considering your request, I actually need to ask a few questions to get a better understanding of your current situation. Is that okay
Okay.
with you?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, so, how long have you had this sleeping problem?
Well, that's been nearly 3 months since my mother-in-law moved in.
Yes. And uh, do you drink in the afternoon?
No, not really. Um,
Yes. And do you take coffee in the afternoon or exercise, for example?
no, no, I don't. No, I really don't have time for that.
So, how much rest you usually have in the at night?
I just I usually go to bed at 11, but well, I don't know. I just can't sleep.
Oh, sorry to hear about that. Actually, uh, mm, uh, as I can understand, you're here to take some uh, sleeping pill. I cannot prescribe these pills for you at this moment because from what you have told me so far, I came to this conclusion that your problem with sleeping actually uh, rooted in your stressful life and stressful job and actually balancing between two. Uh,
But that's why I'm asking for this, doctor. I just want to, it's a vicious circle. I cannot sleep, so I get more stress, and when I can't do my job properly, it gets more stress, and then I cannot sleep.
Yes, I can understand your concern fully, but taking these pills have their actually setbacks. I mean, it will add to your problem because dependency is one of the side effects of these pills, and I do not recommend this for you at this point.
No, doctor, I'm not an addict, and I'm not trying to get some drugs for myself or for. It's not for fun. I need it really. I'm in
It's
a
understandable.
desperate situation.
Yes, it's understandable for me. But why don't you try some other means of reducing stress, alleviating stress, and you know do some activities that help you with the sleeping, reducing your stressful job. For example, you can have some regular exercises. You might be actually you might reduce your work stress. Uh, we can do something for your mother-in-law, which who you are responsible to taking care of her. Actually, there are some other means. How does it feel?
Well, doctor, I've tried
Right?
everything, you know. I've tried, I went to the internet, I tried sleep hygiene, I tried to relax, but it's just not working. Okay. So how does that feel?
Uh, mm, I feel better in comparison with the previous ones I played. Uh, not finishing the task, which is not important. Try to show a good rapport. Beginning was somehow good, structure not bad. Actually, that's
What score would you give yourself?
6 or 7.
6 or 7? Okay.
I'm not.
Uh, okay. So how about exploring the eyes? Did you ask? I mean, basically, I'm asking for sleeping pills, and I said, well, I'm not going to get addicted. I don't want drugs for fun, and right. And then you were giving me information about what I can do instead of the pill.
Yes, information.
Uh,
And
okay. Okay. So what do you think you could do differently?
from the ice, doctor, I feel the ice is the most difficult part of this. From the ice, I actually uh, idea was not
So
able
just
to sleep.
maybe
Concern,
asking more question about the mother-in-law that you told us
mother-in-law.
that how does it affect everything? Like,
Hmm.
uh,
Yes, I have pointed out to his mother-in-law and
Right.
something we can do for her to actually alleviate the pressure on the patient,
Hmm.
but it's not the time to actually explain that or, yes.
Okay. Regarding the information giving, what about that? Did you address the request? Did you actually, was the patient convinced that they don't need the pill?
Just I told him that this might be addictive, doesn't help him, may add to uh, that vicious cycle. Mm, Actually, there are some other better ways to deal with this problem, something like this.
Okay.
I
But
mentioned.
basically, you said no. Did you explain why? And was the
Yes,
patient convinced?
because it's addictive. No, no, but the patient actually didn't convince with
Okay.
this
Uh,
addiction problem.
so the three marks that you're missing here, what was it? Was it just because of this? Because the patient wasn't convinced?
Yes.
Okay.
maybe like we need to explain more about the long-term effects of these drugs on the patients and uh,
Mhm.
maybe we would say that it might be helpful in short term, but in the long term it adds to the uh, problem and the dependency can
Okay. Okay.
and okay,
Ready?
yeah.
Hello, Mrs. Smith. Come in, please. How can I help you today?
Hi, doctor. Actually, I have like a lot of stress recently,
Oh,
and
right,
actually, that's caused me a lot of problem with sleeping. So,
right.
would you please prescribe some sleeping pill? I had this
Oh,
sleeping
so,
pill called Zolpidem from one of my friends, and
right.
that was very helpful to me. So,
I
would you please
see.
prescribe one of these medication to me?
Right. Okay. I'm sorry to hear you have these problems. It must be difficult. This. Well, let me first ask you some questions. Has this been going on for long?
Uh, yeah, that's been like for 3 months. I have a
Three
lot of
months. Okay. Right.
yeah. Actually, 3 months ago, my mother-in-law that has like some
Right.
Alzheimer's and is one of his patients
I see. Right.
came to live with us,
Uh-huh.
and I'm already like had a lot of stress at work. So
Right.
now this is like very stressful for me. I
Right.
think about it all the time, and
Okay.
that
Right.
I can't go to sleep
Right. Okay. So,
stress.
you can't just switch off at night. So, and you keep
No,
thinking, and okay. And does she get up at night at all, or is she wandering at night?
yes, yes. Sometimes like
Okay.
she wakes up at night, but that's not all the problem. I cannot go to sleep at all because all
Mm,
of this stress,
right.
I'm keep thinking about them,
I
keep
see.
thinking, and I
Okay.
can't go to sleep. I just need some pills to
Right.
switch my brain
Okay.
off and go to sleep.
Okay. Okay. So you're anxious all the time, and that stops you from going
Yes,
to bed.
yes,
Okay. And do you wake up at night in the middle of the night as well, or?
yes, yes.
Okay. So you have difficulty going to bed, and then you
Yeah.
also wake up in the
Yeah,
middle.
and during the day I always like sleepy. I can't go to
Sleepy,
sleep.
tired. Right. Okay. So it's starting to interfere with your daily life.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Well, uh, what you're telling me is that um, this anxiety, which is caused by your mother-in-law, stops you from sleeping, and that affects your life, and then that's why you're requesting a sleeping pill. Um, uh, you know, there are some issues here. One of them is that the sleeping pills only work for a short period of time, and the problem is that they're not going to help you with the problem. Um, it's just masking the problem and not actually solving your problem, because your problem is anxiety. Yes. Um,
I don't know. I think that if I get some of these pills, at least it helps me with the sleepy, and so it can help me my anxiety
right.
too.
Yeah, it sounds like that, and it is. I mean, in the first place, we would say you have anxiety, which is causing you lack of sleep. Now, suppose we get rid of lack of sleep, but then anxiety is still there. So, in fact, if we just mask the sleep problem, the anxiety is still there. As soon as the tablet stops working, then you will have the same problem again. And we know for sure, it's a fact, it's science, that these pills start effectively, but in a very short period of time they stop working, and then you will need. I mean, all the patients. It's not you personally. People need more and more of these, and at some point they stop working altogether. So suppose yourself having nothing to deal with this sleep problem, then that would be the same place as we are now. But do you think we should do something to deal with the anxiety?
But I cannot do anything about that because that's my work, and my job is so stressful, and now
Understand? Yeah,
I
right.
have my mother-in-law, and it's like
We cannot do anything with her. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. But there are ways of, there's some things we could do, basically. I mean, it's not desperate, but let's agree on this that the sleeping pill is not helping. But let's see what we can do next. Is that all right?
mm, yes.
Okay, good. So let's come up with a plan for dealing with the anxiety, which is, well, the cause of it. So how about having, okay, right.
Is it possible that the patient at this point say no? I just want this. Like that patient will
Okay.
be
Insist too
that
much.
difficult, insist too much. Like
Okay.
I'm getting
Okay,
the.
go ahead, insist. Okay, say no, I want a painkiller, a sleeping pill.
Yes.
Right, okay.
I don't think that like that might be helpful because I need to sleep right now and I need that sleeping pills.
Okay. Well, I do understand you, and I really feel for you. And, I know it's so difficult. Um, you've come here for help today, and as a professional, I'm here to help you. So my responsibility is to give you the best advice possible and to make sure that there is no harm done to you. And this is for certain. I mean, we know for the fact that these pills actually increase your problems and they do not help you. And as a matter of fact, um I won't be able to prescribe you these pills, knowing that they're going to harm you. So I really think we need to come up with a better plan, which is safer and is not adding to your problems. Is that all right?
Yes. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, we can add this to the if patient insists more. Okay.
Okay. So we clarify our position. Basically, we
Yeah.
say, look, I'm here to help you. It's not my problem. It is your problem. I'm here to help as a professional. And I need to give you the right advice and not add to your. If the patient still insists and says, well, it is my body, it is me, I want to do this, then I would say that, look, you're a grown-up person. I cannot stop you from doing anything. You can do whatever you want, but I won't be part of it. Okay. Uh, and if you don't agree with me, you're always welcome to ask for a second opinion.
Yes. Okay.
Right. Okay. Let's see what we did. Um, which part do you think you could do differently?
For my being a doctor, I could. Um
Okay, let's see. Let's do it this way. What did I do differently?
um, I think reassuring the patient that we are concerned about the health and the situation. Not concerned, actually, we care about the situation, patient's situation, and but the sleeping pills is adding to the problem. I think you showed it, you like explained it in a way that like more non-judgmental and like patient tends to like um, disagree less like when we are like mine was like maybe a little bit more judgmental with the direct like words, and patient usually for this kind of consultation when we tell like very directly to the patient might be might disagree more that's more probable for patient to disagree. Yeah.
Uh, so basically, I was not confronting, and I was
Yeah.
actually being more sort of
Understand.
indirect, and I was saying it's not about you as a person; it's about anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So basically, I made it not personal. Okay, I
Yeah.
made it as a fact, or this is science. This is
Yeah.
nothing to do with you or me,
Yeah.
and I'm not in a position to say no to you. This is science. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's something bigger than me.
Yeah.
Um, okay. The other thing is, at first I dealt with the problem, which is with the agenda, which is expectation.
Yes.
And then I went to alternatives. So the reason the patient is here is for sleeping pills. I have to first convince
Yeah.
the patient that is not possible. Okay. Right. So what is the patient's eyes? The idea is that only sleeping pill can help me. Yeah.
We will share the.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Uh, so basically, the patient is thinking only sleeping pill can help me. Do you agree or you do not agree?
No.
No. And then the patient's concern is that if I don't sleep, no sleeping uh, uh, interferes with my life. Okay. Uh, with my life. Okay. Do we agree? Yes.
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 And I need sleeping pills. Okay. Do we agree?
No.
No.
No. So uh, the one that we agree, we say, yes, I understand. It is sleeping with your, it is interfering with your work, with your life. The ones we don't agree, we need to address. Okay. So the fact that I think that only sleeping pill can help me, no, I don't agree. Why? Because I think that your problem is, in fact, something else. Your problem is um, anxiety. It is the anxiety which is causing you sleep problems, okay? And it is your mother-in-law uh, uh, but your mother-in-law has nothing to do with that. It is the way you look at the problem is causing you anxiety, okay? So basically, we need to say, look, we cannot do anything about your mother-in-law. Yeah, and in fact, there's nothing wrong with her. She's ill. Now, the problem is the way that you're treating this, the way you're looking at this, is causing you anxiety, and therefore that is causing you sleep problems. Now, we cannot do anything with your mother-in-law, and as you said, she's not causing too much trouble, but the anxiety is causing you. So you need to change the way we look at your problem. So well, and if we mask the sleep problem, it doesn't actually solve your problem. Your problem is still there. But if we solve this, then your sleep problem get better. Right. So number one, how to deal with the idea that only this can help me. Actually, no, it's not going to help you because it's just masking the problem. It's just masking a sign. Sleep problem is a sign of your anxiety. The other thing that when we go on and say, your expectation is that sleeping pills are going to help me, and in fact, no, because science shows that they lose their effect very quickly. And so after 10 days or 2 weeks of use, they stop working, and then you would need more and more, and you end up with the pills not working at all. And we would get to the same position as we are now. So basically, then we hand over the problem uh, to the patient. And we say that, well, look, you have a problem, I'm here. We clarify our position. Uh, I'm here to help you, uh, to help considering your best interest and not to do any harm. Okay. And this is because I know it is going to harm you. Although I understand you, I respect your autonomy. This is not in your best interest. This is going to harm you. And I'm here as a professional to give you the correct or the right advice. Okay. So basically, that's how we basically we deal with people with specific requests. Okay. This was a patient with a specific request, which was a sleeping pill. Now, if you agree with them, we don't have much difficulty. If the patient requests something and they actually need it, we don't have any trouble. Say, okay, that's fine. But the problem is where the patient wants something and they don't actually need it, and it's going to be harmful. So in that case, that's what we do. Basically, we compare patient's agenda with our agenda, which is scientific. So the patient's view with my view, I compare it and I explain. Okay, scientifically without making it personal.
Yeah.
And then after that, we clarify our situation. We say, well, it's the choice is yours. You can make a decision. The only thing is that I'm here to give you the best advice to solve your problem, and just to make sure you're not suffering any harm. Okay, and so that's how we deal with patients with specific requests and patients who do not agree with your management plan. Again, so if you have a disagreement, we always go back to the same principle, which is ethical principles, and that is the easiest, the best solution. Basically, you just say, look, um, I'm here to help, but that's what I can do. Okay, good. So something I noticed was that both of you, when you're asking questions, you don't actually use attentive skills. You don't say, uh-huh, right, okay. You just nod your head. And I understand why, because you've always done that. But this is, in this exam, you need to use verbal prompts. You need to say, right, okay, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To repeat. Yeah, showing empathy is good. Dr. Svandir, you were doing too much of that. Or you just say, right, okay, oh, okay. You don't have to say all the time that, "Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. It must be very difficult." No, you just say it once or twice. The other thing is, when we're giving information, we need to stop, pause, and chunk and check. Okay, this chunking and checking is the major part of the information giving. When we are given a card, a case note, something which is uh, eye-catching and very important to pay attention to, is that if you look at here, it tells you explain to the patient, refuse, counsel, try to convince. These are all information giving. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is just 40 marks. 160 marks is somewhere else, is structuring, ROPO, information gathering, and exploring ICE. So don't forget that one, regardless of what is here.
Yes.
All you need to do here is actually chunk and check these informations. Okay, so basically, no instruction is given us when we're given a task. There is no instruction, or there might be little instruction for structuring, for ROPO, for information gathering, and ICE. All the information they give you is at the decision making and explaining. Okay, because they don't expect you to make a clinical judgment, because it's not a medical exam. That's why they give you the decision and the explanation. But before that, everything needs to be done. And this part is actually information giving is just a third of the consultation. So it's less than 2 minutes. It's probably 1.5 minutes.
Okay.
The other 3 to 3.5 minutes is the other ones, the other skills that you need to show. And the most important one is information gathering and exploring ICE. Okay, they pay a lot of attention to that part, information gathering and exploring ICE. Okay,